Okay, I'm here to talk about garage door opener, and I'm here to help you upgrade your garage door receiver and remote control if in case your remote control for your garage door is no longer working or lost. And as you can see here, that is my original garage door receiver. It's connected to that physically previously. So from what you see there, there are three pins there, and it's connected to that wire on the garage door. And um, it is really very easy to install it. All you need to do is the right part to be able to upgrade it um, and make it work. Um, as I have said, this is my original garage door receiver. And those kind of things are something you can buy separately. And that original garage door receiver I have is is using 318 megahertz radio signal, and at the same time my remote control is using the same uh, signal, which is 318 megahertz from what you see there. Um, This is the back part of my garage door receiver. As you can see from the video, you will see the 318 in there. And that only means that it's using a 318 megahertz radio signal, including this remote control. If you look at the back, there's 318 right there. Um, also, when upgrading, everything needs to match. Uh, the radio signal between the receiver and the remote control needs to match. And if you have um, a keypad, it needs to match as well. But in this situation, my original one is only using 318 megahertz radio signal. And that's the manual. As you can see there, you can pause it from there if you want to see more. Those are that are how you connect that to the garage door opener. Um, there is that pin that I have shown you. That's number one, number two, and number three. Number two is the relay, and number one is the 24 volts, and then the radio power is the number three. This is the next, this is the um, receiver that I bought to replace my old defective one. And it's also using 318 megahertz. And you can also buy any receiver that's using a different radio signal. Most of them are either 318 or some of them are 300 megahertz, and some garage door opener are using different too. So you have to check those parts, those radio signal. Whatever existing you have, if it's using that radio signal, then that's what you need. And or if you want, you can totally replace it with a different radio signal. And as you can see here, this is a close-up look with my garage door opener. I already wired that to my garage door opener and followed the instruction that was given to that was provided when I purchased the receiver. And there's the picture right there, how I connected that receiver right there to the garage door opener. And yeah, that's pretty much all you need to do. Just follow the instruction and And before you buy a replacement, make sure to remove the old one and verify what radio signal you're using, or what kind you have, so you can determine what to buy for you. But in this situation, I only have a one garage door, so I only purchased the one that's for my garage door specifically, single door. And here's the manual right there. Um, there's an instruction there. It uses 24 volts, and there are switches inside the garage door opener. The receiver. There are switches that you need to adjust, and you have to make sure that the switches between the remote control and the receiver all matches up so that it can uh, communicate properly. In addition to that, um, you can buy that um, uh, anywhere, or you can probably get it from Amazon or something. But for me, I selected um, a website that I will include in the details. Here's the mounting connection instructions for most garage door opener, and as you can see, there are switches there, and that instruction will tell you where to connect those wires. As you can see, the number one, um, it's color coded, so you're not really gonna, it's not difficult to connect. There's number one, then there's number two, and then there's number three, and the yellow, which is um, if you saw the previous manual of my original receiver, um, there's that detail there. And also, I'm gonna show you my next, the remote control that I bought, which is that one. As you can see, it's around 3.5 inches long and by probably 2 inches. Yeah, 3.5 inches, and then one, two, three. Yep, 3.5 inches long. It's not too big. It's a good remote control, not too big. Unlike my previous one, it's quite big. And this is the back part. You'll see the radio signal that it uses, 318 megahertz, and it's 2.5 inches wide. That's how big it is. And also, I bought this from a website. The name of their company is northshorecommercialdoor.com. Um, okay, so what you see here now is the manual of my remote control. Those are the dip switches that you see that you have to match with the receiver when you install it. The receiver, the remote control switches need to match. And the one that I have here is 9 switch remote control, and including my receiver. And there are also like 10 switches for other receivers, but this one I bought this one for because that's what my previous receiver was using. And the next one is the keypad that I bought. This is so that I can get into my garage door without using my remote control. This is this is quite good. It's battery operated. You don't have to wire anything. So all you have to do is type in the number and your code, and you can program it the way you like it. Whatever code you like, you can use whatever you can remember. And this is the side view of the keypad, and I actually love it. Love in using it, and it works pretty well. I've tested it a few times, and it's doing really good. And the next one that I have here is the manual. There's the manual, so if you feel like buying the same part, you can. But this specific keypad uses 300 megahertz or 318 megahertz. You can you can adjust it. But in this situation, since my receiver and remote control uses um, 318 megahertz, so I changed that to adapt to 318 megahertz, so it can communicate to the receiver. Um, as you can see, there are dip switches there that you have to use uh, to uh, to make it work with your existing receiver, and make some adjustments. You have to play around with it after you're done installing it, and life is good. And if you need further help, just send me a message or ask me any question. Once again, you can buy this part at northshorecommercialdoor.com. Um, and if you look at the dip switches there, you just have to follow that instruction there. And then there's another dip switch in there, which is for 300 megahertz um, receiver, and then you can use the 318 megahertz dip switch right there. Um, Actually, in this situation, you just don't have to use the last one, and it will work on a 318 megahertz receiver. Okay, so just so you know, everything needs to match 318 megahertz. Everything needs to be 318 megahertz. If you have 300 megahertz receiver and remote control, then it should be like that too. Okay, so I hope this helps you uh, upgrade your garage door receiver and remote control, and I'm glad I could help. Thank you. Bye.